Good morning, everyone. I know you're eating and enjoying this very healthy meal that Kelly works so very hard to prepare for us every year. David Kinney and I were down here giving her a hard time making us eat so healthy, but we appreciate it. Join me in thanking the Chamber of Commerce and, of course, the leader, Kelly Bruff, for all the tremendous work you do for us in this region. Thank you so much. I also want to celebrate Tom Clark, who's here, who runs our Metro Denver Economic Development Corporation, and all the partnership and work that he does on behalf of the region as well. Tom, thank you for what you do. I know, yes, please. And I know we acknowledged our elected officials. I want to once again celebrate our elected officials from throughout the region. We have numerous mayors, former elected officials who are here as well. We want to acknowledge your presence and thank you for your work on behalf of this great region of ours. I want to, if I could, take a moment of personal privilege just to acknowledge the people that I get up and go to work with every day. These are the agency and department heads, as well as the 11,000 city employees who work hard every day to make this city great. And so I want to ask our public servants from the city and county of Denver who are not elected to stand up and be acknowledged and just to allow us to say thank you to you. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. Look at you. Thank you. Today, I get to stand up here yet again and boast that Denver continues to be one of the hottest economies and housing markets in the country. Over the last 5 years, Denver has replenished the city's reserves to a solid 20%, helped create some 60,000 jobs, and lowered unemployment to 3.8%. As a region, we're growing by 4,500 new residents per month. And this momentum is indeed metro-wide. The success is a result of local governments working side by side with big employers, small businesses, and entrepreneurs. This success is the result of committed communities and passionate residents. This success is a result of great visionaries and bold plans. Great cities do not happen by accident. Our spirit of collaboration and determination is powerful, and we've been able to realize new jobs, new opportunities, and a great quality of life because of it. Today, Union Station alone has spurred billions of dollars of investment with entirely new neighborhoods popping up in downtown. This year, Fast Tracks is celebrating its biggest year yet with the opening of 4 new rail lines and the Flatiron Flyer. NDIA is not only hitting record passenger numbers, but the beautiful new Westin Hotel is already exceeding expectations while the airport embarks on a new future for the Great Hall. Every one of those projects is delivering economic opportunity for the region and for individuals. The Westin employs some 240 people. More than 35,000 people work out at DIA. And Fast Tracks, the most ambitious transit program in the nation, has put some 15,000 people to work over the past decade. The National Western Center will also present that opportunity. As my good friend Kelly Lee likes to say, this 300-acre agribusiness campus will give the kids growing up in Globeville a chance to create a lifelong a lifelong career right there in their own backyard. The National Western Center, along with the upcoming Convention Center expansion and the reimagined Performing Arts Complex, will keep Denver's tourism economy strong for decades to come. Long-stalled redevelopment projects at Gates, 9th and Colorado, St. Anthony's, and Brighton Boulevard are no longer just plans on paper. Panasonic will soon be opening its doors along the A-line with big ideas for making this TOD site a smart city laboratory. There are shovels in the ground and construction cranes in the sky all over this city. And when I think about unleashing possibilities, it's a great time to pause and once again thank our partners in Adams County for working together to lift the limits of possibility out at that airport and begin to leverage the full potential of our region's greatest economic engine. Thanks again to our partners in Adams County. These are accomplishments that we should all be proud of. Together, we're building a bright future that will let us compete against any metro area in the nation or around the world. And while our economy is strong and the opportunities for success are many, this prosperity, unfortunately, does not extend to everyone. So Paul Washington and I have ambitious plans for the year ahead. First, workforce development. We've redesigned our workforce system to better address the needs of employers and ensure that local residents are equipped with the necessary skills to meet the jobs we know are coming with the projects I just mentioned. Look at it this way. All of these projects are the equivalent of building not just one, but 2 or 3 airports. A kid in high school right now, properly trained, could have a career working on these construction projects alone. It's an opportunity as well as for local businesses, large and small, women and minority owned, to plug themselves in and grow the capacity of their operations. We also need to think about our future workforce. It's more than just summer jobs or internships. Our youth, especially our young men and boys of color, need mentors that can help them set themselves on a positive course. It's been a big part of the initiative, My Brother's Keeper. I encourage everyone in this room to consider becoming a mentor so that we can be a part of helping to nurture, mold, and build the next generation. And there are more chances to set people on the right path that are coming. It's why we encourage, instead of building barriers, that we choose to support second chances. The city, in my State of the Union address, Freudian slip. State of the City address announced that we were, come on, y'all, catch up. Just. We addressed that the city was moving to ban the box on our city applications, which went into effect just this week. And it's my hope that our private sector partners, all of you, will work toward this new hiring practice as well. And it's also why I joined the chorus of people from across Denver and the state in supporting a raise in Colorado's minimum wage. Our workforce needs to support their families and build great quality of life here in our amazing home. A higher income will help them do just that. Our current and growing workforce also needs more housing opportunities, especially more affordable options. Today, nearly half of our people in Denver are burdened by their rent or mortgage. That means less money for school, health care, and even groceries. We've made some great progress over the past 3 years, building 1,800 affordable homes with more than 1,000 in the pipeline. But with such rapid population growth and steady decline in federal funds, we need to do more. We are at a boiling point. That's why we join many other cities in adopting a local construction defects ordinance, and it's why Paul Washington, the Office of Economic Development, and his team are taking on condo development. I'm excited that Office of Economic Development has begun to forge partnerships that will bring a P3 model to creating new affordable condos at 3 TOD sites across the city. These sites will allow our low-income residents to not only own a home, but own a home that is determined to appreciate. This critical need for diverse housing options is also why I'm advocating for the creation of a dedicated funding stream for affordable housing in Denver. We're looking at generating some $150 million over the next 10 years to produce and preserve 6,000 affordable apartments, condos, and homes. Now, some people have said to us very clearly it's not enough. Others have said it's too expensive and we can't afford it. By the way, this is the point where I expect you all to put your Bitmojis up on the screen. But I know one thing for certain. The status quo is no longer an option. We have to move with a sense of urgency. With a sense of urgency to begin to build more affordable housing and to preserve affordable housing in Denver. We have heard from all sides, but we also understand that if housing costs continue to burden our workforce the way they've been, at risk of displacing more and more of our residents, it will hurt our future economic growth and simply impacting who Denver is as a community. Our neighborhoods are what makes Denver unique, beautiful, and a great place to live. We are also laser focused on neighborhood preservation and keeping residents from being displaced by growth and development. And I honestly believe that we can have development without displacement. It doesn't have to be either or. We've studied it. We know where and how gentrification is happening, and we're working hard to address it. We're deploying teams into at-risk neighborhoods with resources to help people stay in their homes and apartments and to help local businesses keep their doors open. You've heard me announce at my State of the City last month that to get at this issue very boldly, we will be establishing 2 economic opportunity zones in West and Northeast Denver. Businesses that start or move into these zones will receive a bonus from the city if they invest in their new communities by hiring local residents with good paying wages or investing in the local schools. Not only will it help us continue to build the foundations of a 21st century economy, like bringing in more advanced manufacturing, innovation, and global industries, but we get to help create local jobs for local residents. This is the next step on an aggressive economic development agenda, and we will never let up on helping people stay in their neighborhoods. From doubling our business incentive fund to attract and retain more good businesses like Panasonic and the United Airlines Flight Training Center, to eliminating the airplane parts tax at the airport and creating the business's personal property tax credits. Together, we are bringing in more jobs for our residents every year. And let me go back to that business personal property tax credit. By the way, all it has done is create some 1,900 new jobs and retain over 6,700 jobs in our city. And so I will be going back to City Council this year to ask them to renew the business personal property tax. If we can help people stay in their homes, buy a new home, or build a meaningful career, then we've done a good day's work. But to effectively address housing in Denver, our strategies must include helping those who do not have a home as well. Today, there are more than 3,000 homeless people in our city. About 1/10 of those are seen living on the streets and along our waterways. Many are suffering addictions, battling mental health issues, and are often unable to stay in shelters because of these challenges. There are some, I will say these are some of our most challenged people we come across in our community every day. But my administration will not give up on these individuals, and we will certainly never resign ourselves to thinking sleeping outside is better than connecting them with services and support. I don't know if you know it or not, but this city spends some $50 million a year addressing homelessness. Today, Denver is deploying more outreach workers than ever before. We created a new behavioral health office, and we've helped build new facilities like the Lawrence Street Community Center and new homes through our Social Impact Bond program. Earlier this year, we launched a new co-responder program that teams mental health professionals with patrol officers to help connect the homeless with treatment and services. This fall, we will pilot a work program that will put homeless individuals to work every week. Our goal is to help them develop workforce skills and ultimately connect them with stable jobs. We've even come together as a region with the help of IBM to see how we can better coordinate our services across the Front Range. And I'm excited about the next step we're taking, establishing the new Office of Hope, housing and opportunities for people everywhere. This new office will help us better identify those experiencing homelessness, getting them into housing, and keep them there. We must seize the opportunity now with a renewed sense of urgency. Some of these issues, as you know, have come to head as of late in downtown. It's important that we keep our downtown core safe for people and for our businesses. I know that goes without saying. But this is a critical point that I want to be real clear about. We must not confuse those experiencing homelessness with the illegal criminal behavior that is happening in our public spaces. Drug use, aggressive behavior, and disrespect of our city core are being committed by a small group of people. But I have to say again and again, as a city, we will never tolerate this sort of behavior. I want to take a moment of personal privilege to pause on the issue of panhandling. Many of those panhandling in downtown are also the people who are hanging out, doing drugs, and causing trouble. I know this is why the issue of homelessness often gets confused. But I'm going to ask you to once again, as we reset our commitment to serving the most vulnerable in our community and addressing the issue along our mall and along our waterway, please join me in reminding people about our campaign entitled let me say it again, Give a Better Way, for our employees, for your family members, for your friends who are downtown. Please help us to encourage them and all of us that there is a better way to give. And that when we give, instead of giving to the panhandler, we give to the programs that are doing the services, that they're in guaranteed investments in helping the homeless. And when it comes to preventing crimes and improving safety, we've increased our police presence in downtown. We're working closely with the prosecutors and judges to keep offenders away from the 16th Street Mall and the areas where they consistently commit crimes. We're working with the Downtown Partnership, and will you give them a round of applause for their tremendous work in partnership? We are working with the partnership to close troublesome alleys, to improve lighting and to enact other elements of their safety or their security action plan. But it's more than just enforcement. Innovative efforts like Meet in the Streets are activating the mall and letting residents and visitors experience downtown like never before. The redevelopment of Civic Center and Market Street stations will create new modes of economic activity. And Union Station, with 100,000 more commuters coming through the turnstiles, it is set to continue its catalytic impact in Lodo. A city's economic health is only as vibrant as its urban core, and we aim to make sure that our downtown only gets stronger. How we move our workforce in and around the city, to their job, to their home, to their shopping destination is also an economic imperative. I couldn't be more excited that RTD just opened up another new commuter rail line and we've still got 2 more to go this year. We're starting a new piloted bike lane program along Broadway. Yeah, thank you, 2 people on Broadway. And you can pull up all the options that are available to you while you're downtown and around the city. Right now, if you go to your smartphone, don't pull it out this very moment, I shouldn't say that, and go download the Go Denver app. It's a great way to find out the most efficient way and quite frankly, affordable way to move about the city. Our goal is mobility freedom, providing everyone with safe, reliable, sustainable, and affordable options to get around town. So over the years, the coming years, you will see new projects that will make Denver more walkable, more bikeable, reduce congestion, and improve safety through our commitment to Vision Zero. You will also see us deploying new technologies to not only improve traffic flow, but to break down digital divides, including turning the Go Denver app into a one-stop mobility marketplace where you can go shop and pay for any transportation service, including RTD and the rail line. I've said it before, and I'll say it again and again and again. We live in a truly great region. When we work together, there is no challenge we face that is insurmountable. It takes partnerships like the ones we forge with our metro neighbors, and like the ones we share with the Metro Denver Chamber of Commerce and the business community. I want to thank you again, Kelly, and the Chamber of Commerce, the Board of Directors, for inviting me to speak and for your commitment and dedication to making Metro Denver the best place to live, work, and play in the nation. We don't get the designations we receive with just the mayor or city council. We get there because we saw things like in 2006 and 7, when we decided we would come together as a community, business, nonprofit, and government, and not let this city or this region fall during the Great Recession. We saw it again in 2012 when the business community joined with us to de-Bruce the city of Denver. Simply say, invest what you have into building our infrastructure, into our police, into our libraries, and to building business. Now we're at the top of every list, U.S. News and World Report, the New York Times, Time Magazine. It's the best metro region to live, to start a business, to raise your children. Today, millennials are moving here at rates unprecedented in this United States of America. We're also number 3 in the nation for where baby boomers are choosing to retire. We face challenges, no doubt. That's what growing, desirable cities do. But this is not the time to point fingers, nor to just relish in the greatness that we've created. While we still have most vulnerable, while we have a few knuckleheads along our mall who choose to disrespect and to be aggressive to others, this is the time for us to come together and simply stand on the values that we are a city for everyone. If you choose to work hard and play hard and do right, this is a place that should be abound with opportunities for everyone who wants to be here. And I'm honored to be your mayor. We're honored to be your partner. And together, we'll continue to make everyone proud to call Denver, Colorado, and the metro region home. Thank you all very much.